Hello everyone, this is episode 9 of Clobbering Time with Craig. Today I've got two guests with me. Samantha, my girlfriend,
Hello.
And Christoph here, Chris.
Hello.
Right, first we'll talk about the old topic it seems at the moment, TNA. And since I'm not uploading this till tomorrow, we can talk about what happened this week on TNA, so there's going to be no spoilers for anyone. Basically we had the big reveal, like it was going to be something great with bloody Tito Ortiz. I mean, another cage fight. I mean, what is the point? And they say that they've got no money and they're struggling to pay people, they release people, and yet they bring him in who, you know, what's he got to do with anything? What's the point of bringing him in?
Probably cost them an arm and leg of love.
Yeah, him and a Rampage probably cost them a fortune, which is probably why they got rid of so many people of late.
To be honest with you, to me, I think TNA are going in the wrong direction.
Yeah, just a month or two ago they were going well, but now they're starting to go into that whole WCW trend, aren't they? They just go down that same route.
I'm a bit worried for TNA, to be honest with you.
So, Dixie, we were talking about last week, Dixie did, I think she did another brief Q&A, didn't she, on Twitter?
Yeah.
It was like, it was brief though, and she just pussyfoots round everything, doesn't she? She never actually answers anything. She should be a bloody politician, because she don't answer anything.
Yeah. And didn't Gunner say something as well?
Oh, that Nurk, yeah, saying, what was it he said again? Because I lost my temper.
He's saying about moaning about having MMA in.
Oh no, he
wrestling
said
or
about the people being released that there's a reason for it, and about people moaning all the time. It's like, well,
but we're still watching.
I'm waiting for the day he gets released. Now I'm going to tweet him saying, well, there was a reason for it.
Don't forget though, because it was quickly deleted.
Yeah, quickly, yeah.
After
It's a shame they don't delete some of Bully Ray's tweets sometimes. That reminds me, have you seen Bully Ray's tweets lately?
I haven't seen any today,
No, it was a few days ago. He was having a pop at Conan because he needs a transplant, doesn't he? Because he's had a lot of health issues, and his bully calling him a fraud and all this, and arguing with a guy from a podcast. If he was in WE, he wouldn't be allowed to say half the things he does on Twitter. So they wouldn't have it. They'd make him take it off. Whereas Dixie clearly has no control over anyone.
Yeah.
It's their own fault then.
Oh yeah, she's too nice to him. She's too nice to be a business person. That's her problem.
Yeah. Was Hogan on TNA this week? I heard he wasn't on it, was he?
Well, obviously I ain't seen it yet. I only know about the Ortiz, don't I?
Yeah.
So it's on tonight at just over an hour, so...
Yeah, I'll watch that as well, but I don't know if I want to watch... You haven't seen nothing that happens, have you, with it?
No, all I know is about how it ends with Tito coming out, he's doing music, and he comes out standing there with his arms folded like this, like an idiot.
And, by the way, I don't look like him. Someone tweeted me the other day saying I look like him.
Really?
I look like him.
Oh my god, that insult.
I know, tell me about it.
Where's the bit of blonde on your head there? You suddenly grown a bit of hair and dyed it blonde, have you?
Seriously, someone said I look like him. I don't look like him.
What, the Greek version of him, are you?
I wouldn't mind his muscles. That's about it.
Wouldn't mind his money either.
You probably wouldn't mind his birds, would you? You probably wouldn't mind his girlfriend or wife, would you? Have you seen her?
Oh, she's hot.
Jenna Jameson. Yeah.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, she's
How the hell did you
she's
manage to
basically
pull
a
her?
porn star. She's a porn star.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's had a kid and everything. It's like, I don't know how he pulled her, but yeah.
I haven't- God,
he's
she's
basically with a
punching
porn
below
star,
her weight,
yeah.
Jesus.
She's a proper famous porn star, I heard.
She's
You know about that, do you?
as well, apart from porn.
I've heard of her. I've heard of her, but I've not ever seen her
Yeah.
watch or anything like that. But anyway, let's talk about wrestling.
Yeah, well, yeah. And there's not a lot of positive at the moment to talk about with TNA, is there? I mean, they've released Doc.
There isn't, obviously, and you lot haven't watched it yet, but I watched it and I've seen a few of them out. I'm not going to say any of the matches, but when you watch the matches, they're actually really brilliant matches, and then you think to yourself, why do they need
only because they're hyping up the match though, UFC match between the two of them.
Yeah.
It's like after
Yeah,
that,
that's what it's
hopefully it'll go. I mean, I don't really want to go to TNA in January or February, should I say, and then have them in it. It's gonna be pointless.
I doubt it'd be a fool to bring them over, to be honest.
Well, there's a rumour going around that there's going to be more. There's going to be much more of them coming in. So.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, I know, but was it Randy Couture or something who's retired?
But he's gone to being an actor though. So I don't
I
understand.
just don't see the point. I don't know how they can afford it unless Spike TV's paying for all of these.
Well, I know one of the on-demand channels have stopped. Have stopped showing the next one night only.
Yeah, because they're not very good, the one night onlys, I don't think. I prefer the 1 month, one pay-per-view every month instead of... Because they keep bringing back these old wrestlers for one night only, so I don't see the point of it. It's not building any stories or anything.
But the thing is, I keep getting confused with the one night only because I think to myself, what is this a pay-per-view? And then I realise, no, it's not. It's a bloody one night only one. And then I just get bored. I'm like, nah, I'm not watching that.
Well, half of them aren't promoted very well either, so I've missed a couple in the past. Like there was a Divas one. I missed that.
Yeah, and one of the divas joined Aces, and now you haven't seen her part of it anymore. They got rid of her, didn't they?
Who's that?
I can't remember her name.
It's not the one that used to be in NXT, is it? Who didn't get through the gut check?
Yeah, her, yeah.
Yeah, what was her name?
Sophia Cortez.
Sophia Cortez.
That's it, yeah. She joined Aces on the Diva one night.
See, that was what I was saying they should have done with her, but I don't know why they've not kept to it.
Yeah.
They're actually starting to ruin the whole Aces thing, I think.
Yeah.
They're making them look weak with this makeshift main event Mafia. They should they should have given them a different name instead of main event Mafia, because it's not the Mafia, is it? It's a completely different. Apart from Sting and Kurt, it's a completely different group.
But also, what you're doing now is, obviously, because you're going to be uploading this tomorrow on TNA. I don't know if you know about this, but they're doing career versus career. So I'm worried about that. I don't know who's going to go on that now.
Who is it? You might as well tell me who the career versus career is. I don't care.
Well, it's going to be Aces versus main event Mafia.
Oh, does that mean the whole group goes?
Yeah.
That's stupid.
No, not the whole group. Apparently, the fifth person who gets pinned goes.
Okay.
So the very last person to get pinned then.
Yeah.
So is it elimination style like Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Right. Garrett Bischoff.
Well, it's gonna
Or the other one.
be one of them.
Wes.
I've heard something about Anderson. I've heard he could be him. I really hope.
Nah, they won't get rid of him. He's one of the better ones. I mean,
Oh
to
my
me,
Knox.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's Knox actually. I think it'd be either Knox or Wes if they. I can't see the Mafia losing because I don't think they would get rid of any of them. They won't get rid of Sting. They won't get rid of Kurt. They won't get rid of Joe or Magnus because they're pushing Magnus at the moment. So who's the fifth? Rampage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, bye Rampage.
I'd love it if it was Rampage.
I'm still sticking by my word that Rampage is not Mafia. He's nearly said Nexus. He's the Aces.
Yeah, no, but are they not doing it where the other geezer is on the Ace and Eights side?
Well, I don't know. They're
So I
not.
would have thought they would have done it like that because that's Rampage. Because they're supposed to be fighting each other.
They could end up switching them though, couldn't they?
Yeah.
They're all going to be together, and you know what's going to happen? They're going to have UFC. They're going to have more UFC come in, and it's going to be UFC versus TNA.
That's gonna be terrible. It's not. I mean, the Alliance hold WCW and then ECW against WWE wasn't great, but a lot better than what this rubbish is.
That's what Dixie wants to do.
Well, Dixie's not the brightest spark, is she?
Yeah. So, can we move on to WWE?
Yeah, because we've been talking about TNA for about 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk about Randy Orton.
Yeah.
He got attacked. He got low blowed basically in South Africa by some local wrestler. It turns out a lot of people was thinking at first it was Kruger. Now I don't know what they were smoking when they said that because he looked nothing like him. For a start, the guy barely had any hair and was a lot slimmer than him. It's like, at what point does he look like Kruger? Unless Kruger suddenly got drastically ill or something and
He
cut
looks
his
like a
hair.
munchkin.
Yeah.
He looks really small. Dude.
It was basically a local wrestler who wanted to make a name for himself. Now all he did was get himself arrested and fined. He'll never set foot in the WE. He'll never be able to go to a W event there again. So what was
He's
the
been
point?
banned for like I don't know his life or like so many
And
years.
I heard he got kicked in the eye, got a black eye, and he wants to sue Randy Orton.
Yeah, they wanted an apology from Randy. It's like, well, I'm sorry, but you just punched him in the bollocks. If I was Randy, I'd have done a lot worse than kick him in the face. He was lucky.
You know, Randy, he's one of them. He doesn't care. He won't hold back. He'll do
Well,
it.
why should he? I mean, the guy was lucky the security got in there before Randy got to him, because Randy
But
would have done a lot worse to him
I
otherwise.
don't understand why it took security so long. Because if they
I know.
managed to see him
The
climb
guy,
over, they
the
would
guy
have
did
just
the blow
straight
blow
in.
and then stood there in a ring like this, like come on and all this. It's like he was lucky Big E weren't in there at the time, because if Big E would have got hold of him,
But
he would have
he
squashed
had
him.
an alteration with Big
Yeah, I
E,
think the
innit?
guy took a swing at Big E as well. He was lucky it wasn't someone like Jericho, because I know what Jericho can be like with
Well,
that
he
sort
was like
of
that. There
thing.
was that whole reports of him being outside and hitting someone.
Yeah, I remember that. He's just...
Imagine if it was Lesnar in there.
Could
He
you
would
imagine
be
it? Oh my
dead.
god.
He'd be dead.
Lesnar got whole. He would go old MMA style on him, wouldn't he? Pin him to the ground and just start smashing him. This is some people are so stupid. They got a death wish.
What we need to agree on is there's no place for it, is there?
No,
There's no place for
No.
it.
you stay in the crowd. If you're not involved in it, you stay in the crowd.
All right, a bit of banter.
Oh yeah, you can have
But
a bit
not
of banter
like that. That's just ridiculous.
and a little tap on the back, like when the Shield come through the crowd, but not a forearm.
Excuse me.
What was that guy's name at Foley's things? It Brendan Burns, wasn't it?
That was funny.
Excuse me, may I have your attention? You, sir, are rubbish. Or something like that, wasn't it? Are useless.
Yes, sir. Why are you in the ring when you can't wrestle?
Was it he said about Carly told him to fuck off? It was like... it's like, didn't know Carly could speak.
Right.
Yeah, what else was there?
You're going to talk about Daniel Bryan and Vince's,
Yeah, well, Vince... They're basically you're bringing into the storyline, aren't they? That Vince doesn't think Daniel's a main eventer.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just Vince being a bit in the dark ages, thinking that you still need to be the size of someone like the Big Show to be a main eventer and a world champion, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I don't know if you lot, I can see there being some kind of new corporate coming up.
no, I think they're playing into this whole Vince versus feuding with Triple H because I've heard that's leading to WrestleMania, where I could see someone like Randy Orton being Vince's side, and Triple H picks someone, and they'll be like in their corners, and if Triple H's man wins, and he gets control of the company and all that.
I heard they were talking about if Austin wanted to do WrestleMania 30,
Austin Punk.
having Austin Triple H or something like that. Like, because you know they say about Triple H having a fight, but it wouldn't be with Vince. You know they were talking about that. They were saying that if Austin's up for it, but even though I would love to see Austin versus Punk more though.
I can't see Austin coming back for anything other than Punk.
Yeah, that's what I think. I was reading today on one of the forums, and they seem to think it's going to be Cena being
Taker.
under Vince as corporate.
That's still I can't see.
That'll go down well with
As
the
much
fans,
as I would
wouldn't
love,
it?
as much as I would love Cena to turn, he's just not going to do it, is he? He's kind of, you can see it in his face that he's getting annoyed by the whole yes chance and all that, but they've teased it before with Cena, and he never actually goes through with it.
Because they worry too much about the kids
They're
with the merchandise.
They're afraid of
It's
the
like-
old ratings and money, but I think it would bring in better ratings if he actually did turn. Even if it was only for about 6 months, it's just a whole something different, because, I mean, he's matched
just to
with...
see how it goes.
He's matched with Ryback on Raw. I mean, it was so everyone could see what was coming. Ryback was never going to win.
Because it's Super Cena.
Yeah. I mean, I like Cena, but it's just become so predictable with him. It's not realistic. I mean, why should he always beat these people? Realistically, Ryback should take him out. But yeah, with Vince, with all the big guys thing, I think times have changed now. You've got the likes of Daniel Bryan now, and hopefully Dean Ambrose to come through to the main event, as well as
I can see.
Rollins.
I can see Daniel Bryan winning anyway at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but I think he's going to get cashed in on by Randy.
Yeah, definitely. So,
Anyway. There wasn't much else to talk about on Raw, was there?
No,
Apart from they're basically building to, I presume, Bray against Kane at SummerSlam.
yeah.
But,
I don't know about you lot, but I'm liking the way they're doing at the moment. Their debut was unbelievable. I love the music and everything like that.
well, they're becoming more popular on the Shield now, judging by a poll on WWE.com of who would win a match between them two, and 56% said the Wyatt family.
Yeah, so I'm really liking them at the moment.
I like their entrance. I think it's quite cool.
Yeah, it's brilliant, definitely.
You've kind of got that ministry sort of entrance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, another thing was, we was talking about on our Facebook group about, was it the top 10 greatest of all time?
It's so hard, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, I went with, I just can't remember now what I said, I won't do it in any particular order because I can't remember the order. It was HBK was one, there was Mr. Perfect, $1 Million Man, The Ultimate Warrior, I'm trying to remember who else I said. A brain freeze on now. I should have wrote it down. Who?
Should I get it?
No, you ain't gonna have to. Well, tell us your top 10 and you can find mine on there, Samantha.
Okay.
What was your top 10?
Mine's obviously HBK,
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior. I've always loved The Rock, and I have to stand by him because I sort of liked him when he was in the Nation and all that, so he has to be third for me.
You just liked his eyebrow raising, didn't you? Because you can't do it.
So,
Give you that.
yeah, Rock's on that list. I think Hitman's on there.
Right, yeah.
Macho Man's
Yeah,
definitely
Macho
on there.
Man was another one of
He's gonna
mine.
have to be on there. Eddie.
Yeah, Eddie was another one.
God, I'm going to say it anyway, but Benoit's on there, 100%, because I love Benoit, but there's just so many, there's too many, and Edge is going to be on there as well, because I love Edge as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd put Edge in top 10 though, because there's just so many from the 90s and all that, isn't there? Let me go for fun. Yeah, I've got it. I've got mine here now. It's mine was Shawn Michaels. Kurt Angle was number 2.
Oh, yeah, Kurt Angle's
Undertaker, Mr. Perfect, Savage, Ted DiBiase, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Eddie Guerrero, and the Ultimate Warrior was on mine.
Yeah, I'd probably say Ric Flair has to be on there as well, and then Undertaker's definitely on there. That's
Yeah,
20%, though, so you have to just, it's so good.
Samantha's was Macho Man, HBK, Undertaker, Ted DiBiase, CM Punk, Foley. We had a big disagreement on this. It's like
What?
Mick Foley being in the top
He's
10 great.
great.
He was a glorified stuntman. I wouldn't put him in wrestling ability wise. You wouldn't put him in the top
There's
10.
worse people, come on.
You'd probably put, with Mick Foley, you wouldn't put him in the top 10, but you'd
No.
probably say you respect him for what he's done.
Well, he's my top 10, you know.
She also had Steve Austin, Triple H, Bret, and Warrior.
As well, definitely,
Yeah, but if you go for ability wise, you wouldn't really necessarily say Steve Austin, would you?
No.
Because there wasn't a great deal to what Austin. It was punch, kick, punch, sort of like that, wasn't it? He was a brawler.
So you put it this way: the greatest to ever step in the ring on technique and ability. I'm going to go with HBK.
I'm going to go with Kurt Angle on that.
Okay, you're obviously going to go. I'm going to go with I'll go with HBK. Obviously, Angle's on there as
Yeah, I'm
well,
Kurt.
but
What's
I think
yours?
Benoit would be on there as well.
The best.
HBK.
Samantha says HBK as well, so. Yeah, I'll go through some of the others. What they said was their top 10 as well. Chris Vince said Hulk Hogan, Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Undertaker, Jericho, Jake the Snake, Eddie Guerrero, and Triple H. Sorry, I coughed my lungs out. Jess said Jess Ebery said Undertaker, Kane, Big Show, Sting, Wade Barrett, DDP, Jericho, Kevin Nash, Austin, and HBK. Who's got here? Helen Moore said, no, it was no surprise she said number 1 Curtis Axel, because she's like, it's her favourite of all time, I think. Ambrose, Edge, Mr. Perfect, HBK, Bret Hart, Eddie, Flair, Punk, and Daniel. I won't go through it anymore because it'll just drag it on, but yeah.
See, some of them though, not being funny, but it's a little bit too early to call them the greatest, like Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
And that. And
If people are going to obviously tune in and watch this, if you just leave comments underneath.
Yeah, if anyone that's watching this, just put down what your greatest top 10 of all time is. Some of the ones on the list there I wouldn't necessarily say yet because it's, even for Daniel Bryan, I think it's still a bit early. A few more years. Because it's like, I did a Divas one as well. And so you said AJ, but I think it's too soon for AJ.
I'm just going to say AJ
because you love her, yeah.
I think out of it all, on the Divas, I'd probably say Trish is on
Trish
there.
Stratus is number one.
Lita's going to be on there, definitely. Stephanie, I used to love Stephanie, but...
Yeah, but it's all about wrestling-wise, though. No, just wrestling.
So I'd just say, I just love Stephanie.
Yeah, for you, the main one would be Trish, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Trish.
Mine would be Trish.
100%.
What's yours?
Sensational Sherry.
Sherry. You think Sherry's greatest all time, huh?
To me, yeah.
Yeah?
Because she was a wrestler before she was a manager.
At least it's not Moolah, because I never understood the big deal of Fabulous Moolah. It's like, I swear she was always... Oh, Sherry?
No, Moolah.
No.
No.
You're probably thinking of Marlena.
No, Luna. Did she not go to school?
Oh, Luna for sure.
Luna for Sean. We're talking about someone different there.
What are you talking about?
Moolah, the fabulous
Fabulous Moolah, you know the old bird with Mae Young? She's dead now, but yeah. The old bird. Yeah, it seemed like she was always old every time he showed old footage of her wrestling. It was like she was always 80 or something.
Oh, yeah. She was good, though. Obviously, I don't know much about because I was, like, young. I thought you said, you know who I thought you said? I thought you said Luna. You know the
No, I know Luna was. God, no, not Luna.
the freak. She looked like a freak, didn't she?
Yeah, she was
She had a
famous.
good wrestling family, but I wouldn't say
She's married to Gangrel, wasn't she?
Really?
Yeah, but did she not,
Yeah.
did she not have a fling with Goldust as well?
I
That storyline.
honestly, no, that was just, I don't think they went. The Goldust was with Terry Reynolds, wasn't he?
Married.
He was married to her and had a kid and all that, but obviously he's not with her now. But anyway, SmackDown, finally Layla turns and basically teamed up with AJ. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I saw
You've seen them skipping off together.
yeah, it was good skipping off together, but it was a bit weird. I wanted her to attack Caitlyn.
Well, she blocked Caitlyn from spearing, and that'll probably lead to anyway. But I enjoyed the old skipping away together.
Yeah, it was good. But for me, I don't think they're teaming up. I still think Layla's using AJ.
Yeah, it's one of the possibilities I thought of her using her to
Well,
get a
she
shot.
posted
but-
up pictures of working out today, and she said about getting, and she's put like something about SummerSlam on it when she was getting ready. Like,
yeah, I was
just working out.
thinking of a triple threat at SummerSlam between Layla, Caitlyn, and AJ. Either that or Layla versus Caitlyn with AJ as a referee.
Yeah,
But of what I've heard, the Divas match is going to be pre-show.
Oh, that'll suck.
that's a bit crap.
Yeah.
You wouldn't matter to you though, because you'll get to see it still.
Oh yeah, it's
Well,
alright
you
for
two,
me,
if
but I'm
all
talking
four
about.
of them in
It's
the
alright
ring,
for
you
us,
two will
but
be very happy.
all you're gonna see, if you actually see me on TV during that match, all you're gonna see is me going click, 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 click with the camera. Bit like with Rosa that time, wasn't it?
You
We
can
see me
blatantly
take
see you in that bit when
Yeah, I
she
know.
comes out.
the tour over here last
Because I was
April.
the one who spotted it. It's like, oh, look at you. With the...
Shall we talk about Ziggler versus Big E briefly? Because I don't know about you lot, but I'm starting to like Big E.
Oh yeah, I've warmed to Big E over the past couple of months.
I have, and I think he's got a big future in WWE. If they're working right with Ziggler, I think I can see them maybe having 2 matches.
Well, apparently the officials are very high on him.
What, Big E?
Apparently, yeah, apparently.
But did you see what he done to Sin Cara? Sin Cara done the flip, and then he just caught him and just done. That's brilliant.
Don't you mean Jobber Cara?
Yeah,
Or
Botch
Botcha Cara,
Cara.
whatever one you want to call him there. My favourite wrestler of all time.
And also, let's talk about Sandow and Cody.
Cody, where it's obviously going to lead to a match for the case.
Yeah.
And
Get the case.
I'm convinced Cody's going to win.
Yeah, I said that from the start though, and not many people.
I wouldn't mind Cody winning the case and then cashing in on Del Rio the same night. Although there's a part of me who wants Christian to win the title from Del Rio, because now they've announced Christian versus Del Rio for the title.
Yeah, exactly.
One more match.
And I'd love to see Christian win that as well.
Yeah, that would be great. But I'm not sure if they will go with that. But I wouldn't be. I'm trying to expect Del Rio to win, but I would like.
Del Rio's so boring.
Yeah, I used to like him, but I've got really fed up with the guy.
Yeah, it's like, you know how they used to say that they're forcing Cena down our throats?
Yeah.
It's like doing that now, Del Rio, innit?
Yeah.
So like, oh yeah, you gotta like him.
Yeah.
Ricardo Rodriguez is supposed to be back next week.
Who? Ricardo. Oh yeah, because he got suspended for the
He's supposed to be back
wellness.
next week.
I'm not sure what drug he was taking, because it weren't for his physique, was it?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, it probably was something basic
A
like
lot of
that.
them spoke it though, didn't they? When they get in trouble. they have to
Yeah,
do with that.
Swagger, yeah. Anyway, so remember I said to you I was going to do the Q&A with you this week, didn't I?
Yeah, but before we do that, I just want to say one thing. I'm not happy where Wade is going. I'm concerned. You know?
Yeah, I'm not. It's like they've kind of can't be bothered to find something for him at the moment. Personally, I would like to have seen him added to the world title SmackDown match or even involved him in the Cody Sandow thing for the case. But I can't see I can't see him being fighting at SummerSlam, because I can't see where they fit him in now.
Yeah. So
It's not as if they're building a feud for him or anything. Apart from, they kind of been, I don't know if he's going to start teaming with primetime players. They've had that recently. I don't know if anyone's seen the YouTube. Did you see the YouTube or the video WWE.com where they're both? He's got his arm, or he's got his arm around both of them. They've put their arm around him. And he's giving them like a talk, and they're starting to rock him like this. And then all of a sudden they're like doing this. All of a sudden, yeah, it does. He's like, "Get off me! Get the bloody hell off me!" It's really funny.
Okay, well I'm ready for the question.
Alright, yeah.
Ready?
Number one, how long have you been watching WWE?
Goodness me. I think I started in 91, 92, around then.
Around the same time as me, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And I think one of the first things that I remember fully, and that, I don't know, do you remember, I don't know when it was, but do you remember when Macho Man got Jake the Snake had his snake by Macho Man on Raw? Do you remember that?
Oh, that wasn't Raw back then. That was on,
Yeah, that was ages ago.
it was on one of those Saturday night in Texas or something like that, wasn't it? Or Tuesday night in...
Event.
No, I don't think it was Saturday night. I think it was Tuesday night in Texas or something like that.
And I started crying.
Yeah, that Burn Up Be Venom or something like that. Burn Up Be... All these people in the crowd crying. It's like, oh my god. That was around 92, I think, yeah.
Obviously, yeah.
What was it that got you started you getting into wrestling? Was there anything in particular?
The Ultimate Warrior. I don't know what it was. I saw him and I was thinking, who is he? Sort of thing. And I looked at him, and then when he used to do his entrances and he just used to go crazy sort of thing, I'd be like, oh my god, I like him.
Was there anyone that got you into it, or did you just put it on one day and catch on to it?
No, I put it on one day. My auntie loved wrestling, and she said to me, "Oh, maybe watch wrestling one time. You know, you might like." Not never said to me, said to my mum, like, "Have a look at it, see what he does for you." And I watched it, and Hulk Hogan was on there with the Warrior. Whitwood was on there. You know, they're all on there.
Yeah.
All the oldies and all that. And I saw the Bushwhackers. The Bushwhackers were on there.
The Bush.
And yeah, and then my first action figure was Hasbro, and that was Ultimate Warrior. And then I got the Hulk Hogan.
Ah.
Do you remember that?
To think, if you'd have kept them in their boxes, they'd be worth about 70 quid on eBay now, you know that.
Don't stress me, man.
You know you've got the perfect head for a bushwhacker to lick your head, you know that?
Yeah.
Whee! Right, next one's quite a good one, I thought. If you could swap if you could trade 5 WWE wrestlers, say you worked for WWE and you could trade 5 WWE wrestlers for 5 TNA, who would it be?
Okay, Carly. Straight away.
You're going to give TNA all the rubbish ones, aren't you?
Yeah,
reason either. So.
Someone different. So Carly, I'll throw in Jeff Hardy.
That's right. Instead of a trade, who would you 5 wrestlers you'd take out of TNA instead of a trade? Because you're just going to sell the Duff one to WE. So I might as well say. So who would you bring in from the 5 main ones you'd bring in from TNA if you could?
Okay.
Dad, I'm on a thing at the moment. Hang on.
How did the cricket finish?
I'll tell you later on because I'm doing a recording, Dad.
Alright.
Bobby Roode, Austin Aries,
Yeah.
Storm, AJ Styles, and I need one more.
Bully.
Bully, yeah, but I've missed out Angle, but Angle used to be done anyway, but yeah, I'll probably say Bully as well, yeah.
Because I think Bully Ray these days could actually go into the main event in WE because of he just seems to have improved that much.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say Bully as well. But I'm pretty sure there's so many other ones in there that you could.
Oh yeah, but you know, he's got we'd go all day with that.
But yeah, that's fine.
Tell us about some of your wrestling experiences. What was the first wrestling event for a start you went to?
My first one was SummerSlam at
92 at Wembley Stadium.
yeah.
Where was you sitting?
And it was awesome. I loved it, you know, because I was a Hitman fan at the time.
Where was you sitting for that, Chris?
And I was Bulldog as well. So I was like, who am I going to cheer? Who am I going to cheer? Sort of thing. So I didn't know who I was going to cheer, but then obviously when Bulldog won, I cheered. And I went crazy sort of thing.
Where was you sitting, Chris?
Where was I sitting? Goodness
Yeah.
me, I don't know. I can't remember where I was sitting. All I know is I went with my auntie. So,
Yeah, I was on the old for that. You could actually see me on the DVD with this green hat on and a red jacket.
wow. I think we didn't have very good seats, to be honest. I think we were quite at the back. But it was
You're up in the gods, weren't you? You were up in the gods, weren't you?
I was quite far up anyway. I don't remember where I was and everything like that. But yeah, that's one of my first ever events. And then I carried it on. I went to Insurrection. You know, I went to Rebellion. Do you remember all of those ones?
Yeah.
And you had Tour de France. Was it Tour de France?
Yeah, there was. What was the other one called? There was Insurrection as well.
Yeah, Insurrection, and I'm actually on video, so look out for that. I'm on video, and you see me actually pinch Tori Wilson's bum.
You dirty man,
And
eh?
I start cheering. So
Naughty.
look out for that. That was when Austin and Triple H, I think, fought Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah, I think. Was that at Wembley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. I was in the 6th row for that, by the aisle.
I was on the aisle.
You was probably the other side of me or something.
Yeah, when I was on the aisle, you can actually see me reach out to.
That was back in the days when I had blonde hair. I had the sign as well. One side said Triple H, and the other side said my name on it, pointing down.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the
So,
day.
yeah, I'm actually going to tell you quite a lot on that video, and I actually took the video as well, which is
Right,
quite great.
Out of all the wrestlers you met, any bad experiences? I know you've had a few.
You know what? I'd probably say, do you remember Sean O'Hare?
Yeah, of course I do, from WCW, yeah.
He was the worst one I've ever, and the reason why, because he actually went for me.
What? Why?
What?
Well, we were in the aisles, we were outside in the gate and everything like that, and waiting to meet him. Nicole still says to this day he was joking, but I still don't think he was. I actually shit myself. But anyway, basically he wouldn't sign for us, and I shouted out to him and Big Show. Eddie Guerrero was there as well, and I shouted out to him, "It's the fans that have made you," and all that. And he sort of went, "What? What are you gonna? What did you say? What did you say?" And he said something about me like running my mouth. But he said it in like a proper American way. And he sort of went for me, and he sort of went like that sort of thing. And I.
What, to headbutt you?
Not headbutt, but he sort of went like to scare me.
Oh, you know, the sort of jolt like you're trying to get you to back off sort of thing,
I
isn't it?
jumped back, and then he sort of went, "Only kidding," and then smiled and laughed, and then signed quickly for me.
A bit like what Mark Henry did with Cena, basically, a while back, wasn't it? Yeah.
Exactly, and that's probably one of the bad ones. Another one would probably be Del Rio.
he's miserable, isn't he?
I mean, he didn't even acknowledge me once.
He's just a miserable bugger, isn't he?
Just head down, and that was it.
Mark Henry as well, wasn't there?
Mark Henry's another one that was quite rude. But I want to meet him again because everyone said he's changed a little bit now.
Yeah, I know with Evan he was good at WrestleMania Access, he was really nice to him, and yet the year before he just gave us the impression like he couldn't be bothered. We'd been there since 8 in the morning, waiting, because they were there late, we were waiting ages. All of a sudden he's like, just can't be bothered, can he? The only funny bit was when everyone was chanting sexual chocolate at him and he thought he was like, you don't shout that to a man.
Yeah, of course. And another experience I'd probably say is Rhoda's.
Oh, he's miserable, wasn't he?
He's rude as well, and I didn't even get a picture of him all.
What would you say was the best one out of the lot that you've met?
The best one, there's a few of them.
Yeah, just name one though, because otherwise...
Name one, I'll probably have to say Randy Orton's definitely up there. Sheamus is going to definitely be up there for me. Edge was really nice. But I think Layla.
Yeah.
Layla's definitely on top of the list.
Tell everyone about your experience of Access with AJ.
AJ, yeah. AJ, obviously everyone knows I'm a massive AJ fan. And I absolutely love her. I've been following her since a very long time, since NXT and everything like that. And obviously, yeah, she was there, and Karen kindly came with me to meet her.
Yeah, that was while I was with Taker, wasn't it? Because you was still, when I was left, you was still sitting there and I was doing the old DX sign at you, wasn't I?
Exactly, and so I had a chance to meet her, and I got there, and I finally were waiting for ages, because obviously the setup on Access was awful. And I saw her finally, first of all she come out, and I was going, AJ! AJ!
Like a little girl, weren't you?
This is like a bloody 29-year-old here, shouting AJ, AJ, AJ. So she probably looked at me thinking, okay, a bit weird. But anyway, I got up there and I sort of got ready to to sign the program. And as she was getting ready to sign, she was looking down, she was smiling at me, and I went, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And she went, what? And I went, I love you.
I love you, AJ.
And she looked at me and went, aww.
I'd love to have been with you when you met her, but considering I had Undertaker, it was a bit impossible.
And then, obviously, at that time, I was too late. I didn't get a picture or anything.
Yeah, because the staff were really awkward, weren't they?
I was so gutted I was.
Well, hopefully she'll do a photo shoot at Access, her and Layla together or something.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Also, before we go on, during the week I want to do a separate little video for you talking about what we're going to take with us to SummerSlam to get signed.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because I've got a few things here to show and we can talk about that in a little video. So yeah, we'll be doing that in the next few days, so look out for that. What was that standout moment, that, in other words, the holy OMG moment, so I won't say it, but OMG moment.
I'll probably say I've got three. My first one is Mick Foley coming off that Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
That for me was, oh my goodness me.
It's one of those holy shizzle sort of moment, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
PG.
Another one would probably be, I don't know, do you remember when Cena done the attitude adjustment of the ladder on to Edge, and Edge went
Yeah, and he went through the 3 tables, yeah.
Yeah, that's another one. And another one for me is, do you remember when Jeff Hardy done the Swanton bomb off the top of the Titantron, was it?
Oh, yeah.
Scaffold. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know one that stood out for me was, do you remember when Shane McMahon jumped off the top of the scaffolding onto Steve Blackman or Big Show, one of them, whatever it was. It was
Was
like,
that on Test?
no, because I think Test was helping him in that match, wasn't it?
So who
I
was it?
think it was either Big Show or Steve Blackman.
I think it was Steve Blackman.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Steve Blackman. Yeah. So,
I know for me, like, my biggest mark-out moment so far has definitely been the Dolph Ziggler on Raw cashing in.
because we were there as well. And we just
Yeah, we just went mental, like hugging each other, Karen drop kicking my drink after he won. Trying to celebrate, but I'm like, you just kicked my drink over.
and we're still cheating.
That was just like,
And Craig sulking, thinking, God, I've got to get another drink
No, it was alright. The lid didn't come off, so I was lucky I didn't lose any drink. But yeah, that was a great night in general. Just I lost my voice by the end of that night, singing Fandango's song all the way home to the bloody motel. Do you remember the woman on the tannoy as we were walking through? Do you remember when we was walking through Penn State Station and on the tannoy while we're singing, the woman goes, "Can you please quieten down?" And everyone just laughs.
Would everyone say, what?
Everyone's like, "Ooh, it's just ridiculous." And then when we was leaving, we saw the Pope. Well, I saw the Pope, didn't I? I mean the TNA Pope anyway. Yeah, I mean the TNA Pope, not the actual Pope himself. Can you imagine him sitting in Penn State Station? Hello. Anyway, what else did I have? What pay-per-views you been to?
Obviously, I've been to WrestleMania, SummerSlam.
How many WrestleManias you been to though? How many?
How many WrestleManias?
Yeah.
Did you say how many WrestleManias?
Yeah, how many? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to 3, I believe. Atlanta, Miami, and
New York, New Jersey. Yeah.
That's my biggest regret in my life is that I hadn't been to more, and the reason behind that is because I never ever had a friend to go with. I never had a WWE friend to go with.
Yeah, you have now. You got loads of us now, mate.
Which I'm very lucky for. But yeah, that's the biggest regret of mine. I went to Arlington as well, which was a good. I enjoyed that, which was good. So I think that was Goldberg, Triple H, and Kane and Triple Threat.
What pay-per-view was that?
Armageddon.
Oh, was that the one where Triple H won the title back?
Yeah.
Was that when Randy Orton won the Intercontinental belt as well, and Flair and Batista won the tag team belts? Yeah, I remember.
That was in Florida, I think it was.
Yeah, that was a good pay-per-view, that.
Yeah, so I went to that, and that was amazing. I loved it. So
What would you say was best bit about being a wrestling fan?
the best bit I would probably say is meeting other fans and talking to them, and and that for me is because you generally do get to meet a lot of nice people, liking what we like. And I know a lot of people whip me on Facebook for it, but I've got to the point now where I don't care. It got to the point where I actually nearly stopped liking wrestling because I had people trying to tell me to stop liking it.
You had negative comments to say that anyway. It's negative vibes all the time from negative people. It's just you don't need to be around people like that. So
Exactly. So yeah, I nearly stopped liking it, and I'm so glad I didn't. I went a few months without watching it, and then I just missed it. And then I was like,
I don't think I've ever stopped since '91. I think I've probably only missed about 3 Raws since it started.
Actually, that's pretty amazing. To me.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, definitely, it's meeting different fans.
Well, I know I've made a lot of friends via meeting in person at the events, plus on Twitter. Just you make so many friends via it, and they all have basically the same thing in common as you. Basically, you all have something in common.
Obviously, I will say this though: is no matter what happens, even if it means me not going to watch the events all the time live, I will always watch WWE.
Oh yeah.
Nothing will stop me.
That leads me to the last question for you, which I know you have plenty of views on this. Thoughts on people who constantly moan about the product, but still watch it week in, week out, and still go to the events?
So, really, to be honest with you, I don't like it because there's times when I used to sometimes rip it, but I used to rip it because I was getting angry with it, and then I thought, well, no, I'm not going to rip it no more. I'm going to try and look at everything in a positive way. The way I look at it, if you're going to rip it, don't watch it.
I mean, I can understand people moaning about certain things like the Great Khali and all that, because I'd do that, but to a point where they say week in, week out, oh, it's rubbish, there's no point watching it anymore, they're going to go under all this sort of rubbish. There's no point, if you're going to be to that point of being so negative and down on it every week, there's no point in you watching it. And I hate when people push it on others, personally for me, I enjoyed WrestleMania, but there was a few people going, oh, it was rubbish and all that. Even the guy from Wrestle Talk, Joel, was saying how bad it was, and for me, it wasn't. I think people were thinking too much into it and being too making out it was worse than it really was.
Yeah, so the way I look at it, if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Well, not if you're going to get that negative about it every week, saying it's crap all the time. It's like, well, why are you watching it if you think it's crap?
Yeah, like obviously the other day I sort of said to myself, right, that's it, I'm done with TNA, but I'm watching it tonight. So
Yeah.
that's a hypocrite, innit? I'm being a hypocrite.
Oh
And
no,
that's
not
also-
you don't get as bad as some people do, but
And I am going to watch TNA tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the way I look at it, don't watch it. And I reckon you agree with me on that, and I reckon Sam, you believe you agree with me on that as well.
What's that? Sorry.
You agree to the fact that if you don't like it and you're ripping it, don't watch the bloody thing.
Oh yeah, totally.
no, just take a break from it or something. You know, so,
If I don't agree with TNA and stuff, I've still got my favourites that I like to watch, like James Storm and Velvet Sky and Tessmacher and stuff.
when
I'm
they're
not
on
going to
it, yeah.
stop it. I'm not going to stop it just because someone's like saying, yeah, it's crap. Like you've had first hand. Do you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
So like, what I like to do on WWE sometimes is when I'm watching it, say if Carly's on there, I don't watch it, I forward it.
Like,
Yeah, he's what I call the toilet. He's the toilet break when I go to events.
Exactly, you know, you got Carly and obviously Sin Cara. I was really happy that he was coming to WWE. I was really excited for him, and he should be the letdown, and he's another one.
Yeah, huge. That is, I only know of one person who likes Sin Cara, and he's, well, I won't say his name, but he's just deluded in every way about wrestling. You know what I'm talking about, but I won't say on air. But yeah, he's just deluded, naive in every way. But yeah, that's basically your Q&A. Next week I'm going to do the show from Samantha's, so hopefully we'll do it like this again. If I could get someone to